Did Halloween scare the bananas out of you?
Or do you like scary movies? We are talking about scary stuff coming right up.
Hello everybody, my name is Barry Horvath and this is Moving Forward TV, your local market update.
And I am Delynn Gaston. Thanks for joining us today.
Take that!
I guess I deserve that. You said Barry. Anyway, on today's show we are talking about scary stuff, and there's some things out there that scare the bananas out of people.
Well, not just the bananas, but can scare your home buyers away. And we're going to talk about the terms that it can actually make you or break you, because home buyers and sellers need to be educated. What we think is simple and basic every day isn't necessarily simple to your buyer or seller.
Right.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Okay, we did an industry survey, or actually it wasn't us, Delynn. It was somebody.
We didn't do the survey.
Because we have like day jobs. So,
Yeah.
And there was like a gazillion terms out there that they said scared your buyers or sellers.
The bananas out of them.
It scared them. All right, stop screaming. But we narrowed it down, and we just kind of picked some of them that we think are common sense and people will, understand. But, what's simple to you and simple to me and simple to them, being professionals in the industry.
Professional realtors.
Your buyer may not, he could be overwhelmed and they could actually walk away from a deal because they didn't understand that term. They get overwhelmed. So,
and we have a tendency to forget that. We absolutely do, because we are so used to doing it. Every single day we live and breathe all of this mortgage stuff and real estate stuff, and the common person does not. It's kind of like when I talk to an insurance person, I have no clue what they're talking about. It's so they got to dumb it down for me, and we have to remember we have to do that for people. Well, you know what I mean.
Dumb it down.
It's just like common terms to you and I.
Where did you come up with that? Dumb it down.
TV. I can remember when I was teaching, when I used to work at H&R Block 100 years ago.
Back when you were smart.
100 years ago. And I was teaching, and I would say things like the 1003.
Right.
Well, that's very common. The realtors know what a 1003 is. We know what a 1003 is. Mortgage people know what a 1003 is. But other people don't know what that means. It's an application.
Question. I want to know.
So we have a tendency to forget, and some of these words, this survey said that we didn't conduct, the survey said they are trigger words for people that actually give them anxiety.
Yes, and it could be the difference of, this is the single largest purchase that arguably this person is going to have. And if they're a first-time home buyer in particular, they could walk away from the deal because they're like, oh, this is too much. I can't deal with it. I don't know what an appraisal is. I mean, that's the first one on our list. So.
I was just going to say, let's say, because it's going to surprise you what triggers them.
Yeah, because we're not going to talk about detail on all of these because most of you know what they are. But we're just going to give you an idea of things we take for granted again. So first is appraisal. I mean, that can be people don't know what an appraisal is, and they think an inspection maybe is an appraisal, and an appraisal is an inspection. And they're two very different things, because the lender does not require an inspection.
And if you don't explain that to them up front, by the time they get to us, I don't think off the top of my head to explain to them the difference between an inspection and an appraisal. To me, I didn't know it was a trigger word for them, that it was something that gave them anxiety. So
well, people say, I already had an inspection. I don't need an appraisal. Why do I need that?
Right.
But really, the appraisal, protects both the buyer and seller in this case. So, and of course, the lender, to make sure that they're securing a real property, and it's not a facade. Remember those back in the?
Right. I know.
It's just the front of a house. So, and next thing is a certificate of title. That's kind of, it seems very simple, but what is going to give me the property?
Right.
That certificate of title. How's that?
I don't know how that scares people, but they said that was number 2 on the list for scary things. Another one is closing.
That's my favorite.
Closing, and that is scary. I definitely think that that's scary to people. Closing and closing costs. Closing costs is definitely a big scary one to people. They want to know, and I think that most mortgage people do a pretty good job, or should be doing a pretty good job, about not making that a scary thing. As long it really comes down to education. As long as you sit with your client, educate them.
Education. I was did I tell you I was in the grocery store and some lady comes up to me? Did you ever get educated?
See, we're teaching.
Clearly, they pay attention to the words that don't make sense.
If you sit down and if you explain these things to them, yes, it is filled with anxiety for them, but if you explain them to them, then they're fine. Yes. I find that anyway. Yep. It's definitely nerve-wracking buying a house. But
all right, so let's go on a break, and then we'll talk about the really, really important words coming up.
Today and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? Cause every day is a new day. And everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together.
Sorry, you weren't expecting that.
Scared the bananas out of me.
She had no clue I was going to do that.
I did not.
And we don't even rehearse this stuff, so it's perfect.
Yeah, like they can't tell we don't rehearse it. Yes, that's pretty evident.
It's pretty darn natural. So let's talk about the other terms that might scare your buyers or sellers away. The next one on our list is the EMD. What is the EMD?
Earnest money deposit.
Okay.
We all know what that is,
yes.
But they don't know what that is. All they know is they have to write a big check for $1,000 or $2,000, something like that.
I have a question about the EMD.
Yes.
Does that count towards my down payment, Lynn?
Do you know how many times I hear that question? So many times. I don't know why. They don't understand. Buyers don't understand that, yes, that money is going towards your down payment. I get that question almost every single application that I take.
That's pretty interesting.
So it is scary to them. They don't know what this money is going towards. So I can understand that one's scary. They're turning over $1,000 or $2,000 and they don't know
where did it
why.
go. Where did it go? It went to a escrow account. So,
yeah.
All right, what's the next term that's scaring people? FICO score. It scares me. I can't,
FICO score.
What is my FICO score?
Yeah, credit scores. Everybody gets definite anxiety about their credit score, and especially when it comes to when they're buying a house and they know that the better the score, the better the interest rate. Right. It definitely creates a lot of anxiety inside of them, and they think that it's going to change by the minute, and it doesn't. So.
Yeah, if you pull my credit again, it's going to ruin my FICO score, so don't pull it.
Yeah.
Well, there's some myth to that. So.
Just try and be sensitive when mentioning things like credit scores and things like that, because it really does cause anxiety to people. And again, we don't want to scare them away. We want to just be real sensitive when we are using these terms that we use every day. We want to be sensitive to the fact that they understand them completely, educate them so that they're not scared by them.
So if they want the rest of our terms, I think they're going to have to read our book.
But
did I tell you we're reading a book?
We're reading a book.
We're writing a book.
We're reading a book. I'm reading a couple of them right now, actually.
We're writing a book.
Depends on my mood.
Yeah.
But some of the scariest part is the mortgage. The mortgage.
Oh,
and
the
in
mortgage.
particular, Fannie Mae
and Freddie Mac.
Scary to
I know.
people.
All right, let's just give them a quick
Hell,
overview.
they scare us.
I know, they scare everybody. Let's just give you a quick rundown difference on the two different.
And that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to let you know out there, because not a lot of people know. We want to let you know, not a lot of people know there are differences in Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. As you guys do know, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are basically the kingpins.
Yes.
They make the rules because they've got the gold.
Yes.
He who has the gold makes the rules.
And people say, well, why is Bank of America and Wells Fargo, and I'm sorry, I'm not picking on anybody, or BB&T, what makes them different? Because they all sell their loans to Fannie or Freddie. What is the difference? So why
can Bank of America maybe make a loan and Wells Fargo can't, or vice versa,
but
something like that?
But yet they're selling it to Fannie or Freddie. Good question. Is that scary, Dylan?
That can be scary sometimes. There are definite differences, and as a realtor and as a client, a consumer who's buying a house, should know that there's definite differences between Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and you're going to want to go with a lender who has the options for both. Some lending institutions, banking institutions, will only sell their loans to Fannie Mae. Other lending institutions will only sell their loans to Freddie Mac. Well, Fannie and Freddie don't always do the exact same thing.
That's scary.
And that's scary. There's definite differences. For example,
cash out refi.
Cash out refinance. If you want the maximum cash out refinance,
go Fannie.
You need to go Fannie Mae.
Because Freddie does it for less.
Right. Fannie Mae will give you more on that.
Yeah,
exactly. People don't know that.
You want more money? Go to Fannie Mae. That's what I
about
say.
If you're self-employed?
Oh, you got to go to Freddie. Freddie's your man.
Freddie's your man, because Freddie Mac is definitely more lenient when it comes to self-employed people. That alone is a show, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, Dylan, what if I'm buying a condo?
If you're buying a condo, you're definitely going to want to go with Freddie Mac as well. Freddie Mac is a lot more lenient when it comes to condominiums than Fannie Mae is.
Absolutely. But you know what? You don't need to know that. Your lender does. So make sure you're working with a lender
who has both options.
Or knows the difference, or can shop it for you and help you. And again, just because this bank doesn't do it, that bank might. So Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Bank might do it, okay? But Bank of America won't, okay? And I'm not picking on anybody, because Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Bank is my favorite bank. So I think they do everything. They do stated income too, I heard.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
It's back. It's back.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We've heard a rumor that some things like that are coming back. Don't believe it, okay?
And all right, what if you have a non-occupied co-borrower?
That's another thing. FHA obviously is one that does that.
Yep.
But also, Freddie Mac does that one, right?
Yeah. No, Chitty Bitty Bang Bang. I can't even say it anymore. Chitty Chitty Bang 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 does it.
Now you got me messing it up.
Oh,
Skittles.
Pretty Chitty Bang Bang. Pretty Chitty Bang Bang. We love you.
Anyway, there's definite differences. That's kind of the point. I wanted to get out. Don't want to dwell on all this stuff. If you guys want more information on this, again, talk to your lender. Just make sure that they have the options for both things.
And make sure they're educated.
We'll be right back.
Ever need a doctor after hours? Well, searching won't help. But what do? You could go to the urgent care or ER, but if only there was a better way. Introducing the MNO Plus card. No waiting rooms, no copay, no consultation fee. giving you 24/7 access to a doctor by phone or online. It's easy to get started with affordable plans starting at $15 a month for a family of 5. For more information, visit mnoplus.com today.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex. Short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Stop that!
I got her again. All right. You were so not ready for that.
I wasn't.
All right, we're going to move on to something less scary now. Let's talk about things. Let's talk to the sellers now for a minute, because the sellers want something less scary. We're going to talk about what they can do to make their home maybe more inviting, more appealing to sell faster.
Right.
And we're not going to
that add value.
That aren't scary.
That aren't scary. You know, when you are going to sell your home, the first thing you do when the realtor comes in and they say, okay, you need to declutter and things like that, we all already know those things. But what kind of things are actually going to add value? People say, well, if I put in a pool and it costs me $30,000, my house is worth $30,000 more. It's not worth $30,000 more just because you added a pool.
Is declutter a word?
Yes, it's a word. It's even in my Outlook. You know,
excuse me
that
a second.
declutter
Sarah's
box.
going to tell me.
Anyway, just ignore him. Anyway, there's definitely things that do what is going to get the most bang for your buck, and that's what you want to know, and that's where you want to put your money into your home improvements. Are you going to join me here?
No, Siri is just transcripting everything you're saying. Apparently, she has an opinion on this.
How about you? Do you have an opinion on this?
I have an opinion on this. All right, there's certain things you can do to your home to make it more valuable. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do, obviously, but you don't want to break the bank in doing that.
Right.
So some simple things you can do without, breaking the bank. I would say pull up in your driveway, look at it, and see what you see. What's the curb appeal?
Right.
Is it beautiful outside? Do you have plants? Do you have weeds growing? Is it dirty? Does it need pressure washing? Is the siding all nasty? Are the gutters all dingy? Those are little simple things you can clean up. Just put mulch on the ground. Have you ever been to the foreclosures?
Yeah.
I know you did. All right.
Yeah.
Every foreclosure I've been to, whether it needs it or not, they go out and they spend $2 a bag and they buy a gazillion, not just a million, but a gazillion bags of red mulch. Do they not? And they pour the red mulch all outside, and guess what it does?
It makes it look nicer.
It looks pretty. I mean, they're probably covering a bunch of weeds and dead grass, but it gives it that curb appeal.
And the other thing that they said, which actually kind of surprised me, but it makes a lot of sense, if you have any wood on the outside, like a deck or something like that, or a wooden front porch, something like that, the wood weathers after a while, and it looks kind of nasty.
It weathers?
Weathers.
It weathers.
It weathers. It weathers. And it looks kind of nasty. Replace it. Either replace it or power wash it or, clean it, that kind of thing. Doesn't cost a whole heck of a lot to rent a power washer for the day and clean that stuff up.
And put some little pretty plants in.
And it could add a lot of value. Yeah. Now, the other thing, when he started mentioning this to me at first, the very first thing I said, kitchens and baths, right? Because that's what women like the most. They say, kitchens and baths. If you upgrade your kitchen and you upgrade your bath.
Hold on, time out. Why is it all about the women?
Because we have a big say in if we're buying this house or not.
Good golly.
Don't we, ladies?
All right,
Come on
let's
now.
let's talk about the statistics on kitchen return. What's the facts, Dylan?
Almost 100%.
No, it's 92%.
Almost 100%
92%. Don't exaggerate.
Bang for your buck.
Yeah.
What you put into remodeling your kitchen. So if you have those old Formica countertops, and you have the mauve trimmed white cabinets. One of our houses had that.
Yeah. All right, so
replace it.
What you're saying is, I spend $100, I'm going to get 92 back. So here's a dumb question, Lynn. Why would I want to lose 8%?
You can get your money back. You can get more than that back. You're going to get a lot of money back if you put that money in there, as opposed to just maybe replacing your floors. People will always say, well, let's replace the carpet and put down hardwood floors. Yes, that's nice, but you're not going to get as much bang for your buck doing that as you will for putting granite countertops instead of those Formica tops.
So let me get this straight. Wait.
light bulb.
I got it.
And jump that time.
So if my house has a remodeled kitchen,
yes,
I spent $100 on it, I'll get 92 back. However, if my house is all remodeled in the kitchen and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Bank's house next door is not remodeled, guess what?
You're going to sell yours quicker.
They're going to buy mine, so it's going to go off the market sooner. I'm not going to have a mortgage payment. I'm not going to pay taxes. I'm not going to pay insurance, and I'm going to be rid of the house. And I'm going to get on with my life.
You know, and I know that
was good.
That's very good. Can I add to it? You're absolutely right. I was going to say, when John and I were looking at houses, you know, the houses that both of us work. And
John's your husband, by the way.
I know that you have your people out there who, you know, your do-it-yourselfers who love doing that kind of stuff. But I think the people who want to move in ready probably outnumber the DIYs out there, because there's houses out there that need a lot of upgrading, and I would walk into the house and say, you know what, I don't have time to spend like 3 months remodeling my house and everything. I work too hard. I want my weekends off. I want to be able to rest some point during the 7 days. But anyway, that's just me. I know that there's the DIYs out there. Wow. But the other thing that they said...
Wait, there's more.
There's more. I thought Kitchens and Bath was going to run away with, remodel your kitchens and baths, and it's going to be awesome. And it is. But the basics. One of the articles that I was reading said, and it was a good point. These people had said...
Let's quote the source, Remodel Magazine.
They had said the people
it's a woman's tabloid, guys.
They had set aside like $20,000 to remodel their home after they bought this new house, and they knew that they were going to do some remodeling, and they're DIYers, so they wanted to do their remodeling, and they had set $20,000 aside to redo the kitchen and bath.
DIYer. That's going to be a term that will
Do-it-yourselfer.
That will be a term that'll scare people.
No.
Let's put it on the list.
You guys watch Yard Crashers and Flip This House and all that on Saturdays. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they had set money aside to redo their kitchen and their bath, and they ended up spending it on, let's see, they had a leaking roof. Yeah. Their furnace went out on them, obviously house up north, and they had water in the basement. So all of their improvements, so they're still with their 1950s kitchen and 1950s bathroom, and because it went to maintenance. So maintenance is very important too. So if you are a home seller out there, by all means make sure that all of the good thing, your air conditioning is does maintenance, or you have maintenance on it, sorry. And make sure it's running well and your roof is good and things like that, because that's the thing that people want. 92.9%
There's
return.
the women's perspective, gentlemen. There it is, right there. You got it.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex. Short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Don't! I was ready for you that time. I knew it.
All right. I didn't do it. All right, she caught me. All right, so we've talked about some really scary stuff today, and we've talked about some stuff not so scary. So it was all good, though.
It was a good show.
I think it was a good show. It's a really good show.
We ended on a good note.
Yeah, not so scary. So let's talk.
So there's not monsters under the bed.
No. Ooh, remember that movie, Monsters Inc.?
I love that movie.
Yes.
All right, we digress.
I know, we do. All right, let's talk about...
Let's wrap up.
Yeah, let's wrap up. So let's talk about...
Events.
Events, yeah.
Events.
The biggest event.
Big.
Huge.
This is our biggest event
You know
of
what?
the
Somebody
year.
messaged me last night and they say, I want to be a sponsor of your signature event. Well, clearly the Grinch is our
The Grinch.
signature event, and it is.
For
It
those
really
of you
is.
who don't know, we, WPBA, West Pasco Business Association, every year we put on, we sponsor an event and we call it How the Grinch Saved Christmas. And it kind of started off years ago with talking about short sales and stuff because a lot of people were losing their homes, sadly.
Yep.
And we raise money to help a local family. All of money stays locally here. We are seeking families right now, so if you know someone who is in need, the last couple of years we've helped people who have had who have been afflicted with cancer. We try and give the kids in the family a Christmas when perhaps their Christmas isn't real merry.
Yeah, it's a really, really feel-good event. I mean, clearly.
And we have a
awesome.
lot of fun.
It is. It's a great party. There's gift baskets, so we're looking for donors for baskets. There's spirit table. There's live music. We have like 3.
We have a live band.
We have 3 bands this year.
3 bands this year.
Keep up with the entertainment committee,
Sorry.
please.
He's the entertainment committee.
And it's at December 11th at Spartan Manor.
In Newport Richey.
Yep, Newport Richey.
For people who aren't.
So you can get tickets right now online at www.wpba.biz. So you want to get them, and there's sponsorships available. And
right, if you want to be a part of it in sponsorship.
It's a great event. It really is.
Last year we were able to help 4 families.
Yeah.
So
this
local,
year,
all right here in the community.
Let's hope we can help more this year. So.
Yes, that's the goal. We want to try and raise the bar.
Raise the bar, yeah. So
anyway, you can get more information, email us, or check out our website.
Yeah.
Go ahead, you do it.
www.wpba.biz.
I think you missed one of the W's in the beginning when you do that.
All right, 3 W's. WPBA.biz.
There you go. That's better. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please share us. Get us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Like us. Blah, blah, blah. What else? I don't know.
Instagram.
What's the other one that you say? Turvis, Tumblr.
Turvis.
Think of my Turvis. Tumblr.
Yeah, Tumblr. Yeah, we're all over
all
the place.
those things. We appreciate you watching. We are Today and Every Day.
Moving forward.
We'll see everybody next week.